We are live here at Darien Ice House for the FCIAC Girls Semifinals between the New Canaan Rams and the Trumbull's co-op team consisting of the Trumbull Eagles and the St. Joseph Cadets. Good evening, everyone. Austin Platt, Dylan Pescatore, and Boyd Harden joining us tonight in the broadcast booth on site here for this FCIAC semifinal matchup between the 2 and the 3 seeds in the FCIAC Girls bracket. On the other side, Darien won their game just before this one. They beat Greenwich 4-2, so they will be in the finals, and the winner of this one will face them on Saturday night. Dylan, we'll begin with you with the opposing team, Trumbull-St Joes. The 3 seed this year, 8-3-1. They just got their first ever FCIAC playoff win under head coach Paula Dady. What do you expect from this team? They only have 10 players. What do they need to do to knock off this New Canaan powerhouse?
Yeah, Austin, just 10 players, but they play as a team, and it was really awesome to see them get their first win, 6-2 on Tuesday night. Their first playoff win, I should say. They have a great season, 8-3-1 with just 10 players in this shortened FCIAC season where there's almost a game every day. I really love their heart, and they know how to play as a team. So it's going to be a tough test for New Canaan. I know they're going to come out firing just because this is a big stage, and Trumbull knows that this could be their season on the line, same as New Canaan. So it's going to be a big test for this Trumbull team to stay fresh as they're playing a New Canaan team with 20 or 30 players. But I do believe that they can come out hot and figure out a way.
They did play it one time earlier this year in the regular season. New Canaan won soundly 9-0. So, Boyd, what do you expect for this New Canaan team? Of course, we thought they'd blow out Fairfield Co-op in the first game, but it was very close thanks to Sydney Falter. What do you want to see from this team to get off to a fast start?
Ultimately, they're tremendous when they play and forecheck hard. And what I'd like to see them do all throughout the game is just rotate lines through and put endless pressure on the defensive players and prevent them from getting the puck out. And that's how they're going to dominate this. They've got 3 solid lines, a 4th line that come in to give the Rams a break. So just forecheck, trap in the neutral zone, and ultimately that should position them well for a successful evening.
The Lady Rams have won 9 in a row. Another stellar season from them. Just 2 years ago, they won both FCIACs and states, and this year they're trying to win FCIACs as the 2 seed this year. Of course, Darien being the number 1. Both coaches will have the final words with their players. Coach Buellin in his historic career, you're number 21 behind the bench for New Canaan.
And Austin, if I may say, for Trumbull-St Joes, there is one player they have to point out, and it's going to be Megan McCarthy, the senior, number 13. She is a defenseman. She had a hat trick in her first ever playoff game with Trumbull, as every team made the playoffs this year. You got to look out for her, even though she's a defenseman, and we see it on the New Canaan defense a lot, moving up, pinching in, and looking for rushers on the outside to cut back in.
Two-way players is the name of the game this year in this shortened season where there are a lot of games and not a lot of time. And in goal, the goalie matchup for New Canaan will be Blythe Novick, the 4-year starter and the captain. 10-1 this season. She's played practically every minute. 6 shutouts and a goal against average well under 1. And on the other side, it's Elsa Hawkinson, the freshman netminder on this Trumbull team. 37 saves she had in that quarterfinal win against Stanford West Hill Staples. That was their first ever playoff win in the FCIAC. And that game, even though they won 6-2, the game was tied at 2, so they did have to manage through some adversity. We are ready to go here for New Canaan. It's that first line. Courtney O'Connell, Kaylee Harden, and Grace Kroll. It'll be McKenna Harden and Maisie Koo for the Rams. Trumbull and New Canaan, a spot to the championship on the line. We're underway here at Darien Ice House in the second semifinal. Here's Kaylee Harden with it inside her own zone, trying to chip it out. But the Trumbull D keep it in. Trying to find one in the slot, wasn't available in the skate. That's Devin Cavalier, the junior forward. Just 7 forwards for this team. Kaylee Harden with a good takeaway, and she's moving it with it on this right-hand side. Kaylee Harden moving in on her forehand, a shot from the circle. First save there from Hawkinson, and she covers up just 30 seconds in.
Good positioning. Nice save. That's what you want in the beginning of the game for your goalie's confidence.
And Austin, New Canaan did a great job of guarding the slot against Fairfield. They really cleared the pucks out either to the wall or out of the zone. Trumbull's going to attack that slot position to get some high-quality shots.
New Canaan wasn't pressured all that much inside of the defensive zone. Blythe Novick only had to make 4 saves in that game compared to Falter, who had to make 70. Here's Amanda Benson with it. Her shot from the circle may have gone off the crossbar. Hawkinson didn't know where it was. It was available in the slot, but no one was there. A good start from New Canaan. That's Lexi Tully dumping it all the way in. It goes off of the stick of Devin Watson, a freshman, a very young Trumbull team that is, being tested tonight. Here's a turnaround shot by Jade Lowe and a save there from Hawkinson, and she will cover up just a minute into this one.
She's a very tall goalie for the girls hockey level. She, towers over the crossbar, and she's going to move, up and down. It's all about getting it over her shoulder and making her go side to side for these Rams.
She'll be busy tonight for sure. Here's Maisie Koo with it with a good, she's got a good wrist shot. Good turnover here by Grace Flato. She puts one on net. And another save from Hawkinson, who has already made 3 saves, and we're just a minute and 8 seconds into this one.
Grace Flato has been a tremendous surprise this year. All of her hard work is paying off, and she's developed into a solid ice hockey player.
She has 4 goals and 2 assists, and as you mentioned, New Canaan's really rolling out 3 lines that are very consistent, and Coach Buellen can rely on any of them at any moment. McKenna Harding gets to that puck before icing is called. And here's Maisie Koo with it. The freshman, we've seen many of them this year, Rayer, Tully, and Koo, all younger sisters. Kelly Benson will chase after this one on this third line. Benson, the right winger, the senior that came back from after 2 years of boarding school. Here's Benson trying to go on her backhand. A shot there was saved by Hawkinson. Trying to throw it on the slot there was the senior. Maisie Koo has it, dumps it back in. And Trumbull clears the zone, but only to the red where Amanda Benson holds it. We've seen Benson score some great solo goals, but a turnover here. Trumbull trying to move in, but Benson does well there on the back check, redeeming herself. And Canaan will make a change. That's Lexi Tully there, the younger sister of Caitlin Tully, who of course scored 2 of the goals in that big win against Darien a couple Saturdays ago. Here's Courtney O'Connell with it, trying to use her speed, but a turnover here. Here's Madeline Silberger.
Nice poke check by Grace Kroll.
And she's a great two-way center. She goes up and down the ice.
Here's Courtney O'Connell with it on her forehand. A shot from the slot and a save there.
Oh.
Using her glove as someone went down on the slot after the play.
Hackinson made that seem really easy. Just scooped that one out of the air. Seems like she's very much in a zone.
She may be a freshman, but she certainly looks like she has some veteran experience under her belt this year. And for a very, very young team, 4 sophomores and 3 freshmen, and there's just 11 on the roster. This Trumbull team has played very well this year. A shot immediately off the faceoff from Jade Lowe went just wide. This Trumbull team, the 3 seed this year, of course, beat Greenwich and tied to Greenwich as well, and they earned, rightfully so, the 3 seed in this tournament. In a couple of years, this team could really challenge the likes of New Canaan and Darien.
It's good to see for the sport of girls hockey.
A shot there, a great save from Hawkinson. The rebound wasn't available. Trying to throw it back on net. That one's loose in the slot. Hawkinson makes a save, doesn't cover it up. It's still loose. New Canaan looking to jam home the rebound. Here's Jade Lowe with it behind the net. Back to Maddie Cloud, the center on this line. A line of all juniors, but it's taken away by Trumbull. Looking for a rush the other way, but Lexi Tully was right there. She'll throw it back in. A good outlet pass. And here's Caitlin Tully, who takes it away from Maddie Cloud. Trying to make a move. We've seen her score some nice solo goals this year, but she'll just send it back in and go to the bench for a change. New Canaan forecheck, prominent as they've always been this year. Keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Trying to get this Trumbull team that doesn't have a ton of players tired very quickly. And they will ice the puck, something we might see a lot of tonight. Just 3.5 into this one.
Yeah, as a longtime defensive player, it is a burden when you're playing a team that not only has 2 or 3 players who forecheck, but 3 lines. It is overwhelming at times.
Compared to just 2 lines for this Trumbull team, they have 7 forwards listed on their roster. A pass there thrown to the slot wasn't available for Catherine Rayer, and Trumbull clears the zone, but unable to get any offensive opportunities. McKenna Hardin will flick it right back up to Kelly Benson. Benson trying to move in, lost control of the puck, and here's Grace Flato with it. One of the surprising players in this New Canaan team this year. A really good winger on this third line.
And this step that New Canaan has, they didn't have it last year. They really only had 2 really trustful lines, and that kind of, hurt them when they went to play a depthful Darien in that final.
That was the reason, one of the reasons they lost last year. Of course, they faced 3 times last year. Darien won 2 of them, including that FCIAC Championship. And this year, 3 regular season meetings. New Canaan lost the first one, but then won the next 2, 4-3 in overtime, and then 1-0 in a game where Blythe Novak had a fantastic shutout. Hardin plays it on over to Kelly Benson, over to Flato. And now to Courtney O'Connell, who's on this line as the left winger. Trying to go to her forehand. Moving in, Courtney O'Connell lost control of the puck. Good back check there. Boy, that was Chris Kratt.
She was going 1-on-4 there. It was really good to get that puck deep and let her team change.
Lexi Tully keeps it in. Banks on over to Kaylee Harden. Harden, great stick work, trying to get to her backhand. Throws one on net. Kroll was there, and the save made by Hawkinson. With just 4:59 down in this first period, New Canaan has gotten close to double-digit shots on Hawkinson, but the freshman hasn't budged yet.
Very poised for a freshman thus far.
The first playoff game on the road as well. Very tall, and as we see, just went very well side to side on the pass from Harden to Kroll.
Very confident the freshman is. And Trumbull knows if they want to win this game, they have to rely on her. A shot there immediately from Jade Lowe. Another save there from Hawkinson as it went behind her. Cavalier trying to clear it out. Two Cavaliers on this team, Devin and Tegan. Tully lost control of the puck. And finally, Trumbull will have some possession. Here's Madeline Silberger, the sophomore on D. Tully trying to get that one beneath her skates. Silberger goes down, so does Tully. But Tully wins it back after getting right back up. Tully trying to use the boards to her advantage, but the puck finally squirts out of the zone. And here's Caitlin Tully trying to move with it. Good play with her stick. Was Trumbull on D. Here's Amanda Benson. Good passing over to Flato as the team's changing behind her. Flato trying to go 1-on-3. But the Eagles defense did its job, but Flato regains the possession of the puck. Moving down the wall. And the Eagles hold possession here. 6 minutes gone in this first period of the FCIAC semifinals. Winner to take on Darien Saturday night here.
That was McCarthy for Trumbull. She had a very nice breakout all by herself.
Looking for a breakout the other way was New Canaan. But Kelly Benson couldn't find that puck in her skates. Harden will bank it around the boards. Good work there from Benson to allow the puck to reach the red. And here's Devin Cavalier. Calling for the puck on this right siding. She gets it. A great outlet pass. Cavalier trying to move in. A great play there from McKenna Harden. That's what you want out of your captain.
Trumble's really stretching the ice, left to right here. They're using the entire, blue line, and they want to use their speed against this New Canaan team that, has to move left to right and keep intact of all the players that they have on the ice.
Kaylee Harden making one person miss. A great pass across. Had two players there. Both O'Connell and Kroll are line mates. But that puck went between both of them. Here's a rush the other way, 1-on-2. Another great shot block. That was from Amanda Benson. And here comes Kaylee Harden the other way. Harden using her speed. Another great move on her forehand. Looking for a shot in the high slot. She releases one. A save there from Hawkinson. The rebound. Another save from the freshman netminder. She's getting tested early, but not even halfway through this first period. Still no score.
And what Trumbull has to be careful of is a lot of the D are pinching up, which means, when they turn the puck over, which they have already, they only have one D back. Right. And that's a problem when New Canaan has three forwards. It's a 3-on-1. So they have to be very careful, make sure the puck goes all the way out of their zone before a defenseman starts in a rush.
Hockey's a game of endurance, and eventually maneuvers like that will adversely impact them because it'll just catch up, and fatigue is a factor in this great game.
The mask breaks that are implemented, we just saw one there, will certainly help this Trumbull team. They'll try and milk every second out of that to their advantage. Maddie Cloud on the faceoff, the junior wins it back. Benson with the slap shot was blocked. Mayer gone off of her own teammate.
Yep.
Here's a rush the other way. Silberger with it. She goes down, and that will be a penalty on Maddie Cloud once New Canaan touches up. And we will see our first power play of this one. That was Megan McCarthy, the senior on D, who scored that hat trick in that quarterfinal. She earns the Eagles a penalty.
This has been New Canaan's Achilles heel for the season, is just taking needless penalties. So eventually that's going to bite you.
Feels like ever since
it did in that first game against Darien when they were up 2-1, and then at the end of that second period they took two penalties, 5-on-3 goal, and then 5-on-4 goal by Darien, went up 3-2.
Harden, Kroll, Benson, and Maisie Koo on for this PK for New Canaan. Kroll with it, advances the puck on over to Kelly Benson, looking for a shorthanded chance. Benson trying to get into the slot. Taken away in the neutral zone by the Eagles. Tegan Cavalier, the sophomore, will just send it right back in. Here's Maisie Koo looking to send it all the way down. Block there, and here's a potential rush for Grace Kroll. If she can catch up to this puck, she does so. Keeps in the zone for a couple more seconds. And a quarter of this power play gone. A good kill from New Canaan thus far. Harden trying to pinch there at the red and advance the puck all the way down. That is flicked back in by Trumbull. McKenna Harden plays on over to younger sister Kaylee. Tried to keep it in. A shot there, a solid save from Novik, her first of the night. Another opportunity, a save there from Novik. That was on Kendall Conley, the sophomore on D. We're seeing a lot of these players on D getting shots on net for the Eagles. Novik only had to make 4 saves in that quarterfinal, has already made 2 thus far in this power play. McKenna Harden trying to flick that one up, gets it back into the New Canaan offensive zone as Trumbull is switching. Just a couple of lines on this team that is certainly shorthanded in terms of the depth of their roster.
I'll tell you this, though, with only 10 players, that means that everyone gets power play time.
We saw that a bit last night with the New Canaan boys team. After going down 6-2, we saw basically everyone possible on the roster on the power play. Much different scenario here for Trumbull in this semifinal. Lexi Telly plays on over, looking for Benson, her D partner. Taken away there, but there's Jade Lowe with it. Tried to clear the zone, couldn't do so. But the second time of asking, she does. And if she can chase up to this one, she might have an opportunity. Power play is over, successful kill for the Rams. Jade Lowe on her backhand, great pass to slot, a backhand opportunity. Solid save there, using the pad was Hawkinson. That was Caitlin Tully there, looking for the fancy goal. Benson advances it on over to Caitlin Tully, trying to apply some pressure. Cloud wins it, and here's Jade Lowe with it in the neutral zone. 5 minutes remaining in this first period. Jade Lowe, the shot. A save there by Hawkinson. She didn't know where it was. A scramble in front. New Canaan trying to stuff it in. Hawkinson keeping the puck out of the net for now. Here's Tegan Cavalier on the other end. Cavalier looking for a playing partner. Tried to thread it through the legs of Amanda Benson as a couple of players went down in the slot.
What Trumbull likes to do is they like to use that far side board away from the bench to start a rush, especially when they have a speedy forward just sitting at that blue line. They're looking for that long pass.
Trying to catch New Canaan on the break. Maisie Koo with it, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Comes back to McKenna Harden. She'll play it up to Benson as this third line is on. Here's Grace Flato with it. Flato trying to get past 2 defenders, just that, trying to go all the way. A shot there. Save there.
Love save.
Very confident is Hawkinson, and you lose the puck for 2 seconds and then you don't know where it is, and it's of course just in Hawkinson's glove.
She's continuing to show promise here as a freshman goalie, very composed, and you know this is how teams can build momentum. Even when you're outnumbered, a goalie can win a game for you.
Fairfield almost did that on Tuesday night.
Sydney Falter tried her best. 70 saves clearly wasn't enough against this New Canaan team, which ran away with that one. A 5-1 win in the quarterfinals. An opportunity here comes into the crease. Novik will cover up as Silberger went down there. 3:45 remaining in this first period. New Canaan has had most of the possession in the offensive zone, but nowhere near where it was on Monday night, where it felt like the whole period they were inside the Fairfield zone. Trumbull has done a good job clearing the puck out and getting some face-offs, but New Canaan has won a lot of the face-offs, as we see here. That's been a key to their success this year. Scramble with it along the boards. Kaylee Harden barely gets the puck out of the zone, but she regains it here. Kaylee Harden moving in, has Courtney O'Connell in the slot on her backhand trying to get it over to her, but instead it reaches the stick of Grace Kroll. Here's Courtney O'Connell with it. Along the wall to Grace Kroll. Comes out in front for Caitlin Tully. Her shot, she fanned on it a bit. Didn't get all of that one. Hawkinson made the save. And Trumbull trying to get an opportunity on the other end.
Trumbull's mistake there is all two of their defensemen went behind the net, so the slot was uncovered, and Tully had a great chance at the side of the net.
Here's Devin Cavalier, the older sister of the two, trying to get the puck in the zone, but many of these Trumbull players are sitting back, making sure they don't get caught on an odd man rush. 2:40 to go in this first period. Opportunities for both sides, but none of them have shown for a goal yet.
Nice
Good
pass.
cross-ice pass on over. A shot there was weak and easy for Blythe-Novick to save.
Nice move.
Lexi Tully, the freshman. The confidence in these freshmen for New Canaan are just unbelievable. Here's Jade Lowe with it. Second line out for New Canaan. She will release Maddie Cloud, who will chase after this puck.
Oh.
Conley lays a hit there. Great pass into the slot for Maddie Cloud, looking for one of her line mates. And here is Kelly Benson with it. New Canaan with a change behind her. She's circling, waiting for a shot in the slot. Finally releases one. Another save there from Hawkinson. No rebound. Under 2 to go in this first period.
And it's hard to know really when to attack Hawkinson at all. I mean, he's saved it high with her glove, who looks really good. And then side to side, they've tried a few times on the rush, but she's made the save. So I think you just got to go right to, the dirty goals. Go with the rebounds. Go with the deflections. Anything you get to the net. And, hope there's a rebound and deflection there to put it in the back of the net.
A shot there from Lexi Tully from the point. May have taken a deflection, but Hawkinson with another save. And you think something that Clark Jones said to his men last night was to win the battles in front of the net, and that's something maybe Coach Buellen should take a page out of the boys hockey coach's book.
An ugly goal, still a goal.
That's correct. At this point in the playoffs, doesn't matter how you score and how you win as long as you get it done.
Exactly.
Here's Trumbull trying to move the other way. 1-on-3. Solid job there by New Canaan on defense. That was Megan McCarthy, the star senior. Just
Good
two
play.
seniors on this team for Trumbull, I should say. And here's Kelly Benson with it. Winning the puck deep. Trying to find someone in front. She waits, try to throw it on out with her backhand. It's loose in the slot. Another save there by Hawkinson. She didn't quite know where that one was. And Trumbull just cleared the puck down once again. O'Connell couldn't control that pass. And Trumbull could keep it in. A shot from the point. Got caught up in McKenna Hardin's skates. And they'll just chip it back in. Maisie Koo with it, the freshman. Bit of a risky play there along the boards. And Trumbull will regain possession of the puck. Trying to throw it on net. It was loose there on the slot, but Grace Kroll was the only New Canaan player there, and she'll send it all the way down. Good enough for icing with 32 remaining in this first period, still scoreless.
Trumble's strategy looks to be just attacking the slot so far. I mean, not many shots from the outside or up top of the blue. They're just looking to attack the slot, anything they can, and they've had some times their way. I mean, New Canaan had a few good clears, but Trumble's they're looking good so far.
Absolutely.
Trumbull's averaging over 5 goals a game. They've scored 63 this season, and this is game number 13 from them, so they know how to score. Of course, against New Canaan, it's not that easy. Confident save there from Blythe-Novick with 20 seconds remaining in the first. So tussle there in the slot after the play. Maddie Cloud on the faceoff to Blythe-Novick's left. She loses the draw, back out to the point. A shot, a good block there from the skates of Jade Lowe, who will chase after this puck. A good pass from Caitlin Tolley. A good job back there. That was McCarthy, the senior, back on defense. A two-way defenseman at that. New Canaan has some of those players as well.
That'll be it.
That'll be all in this first period. No score, nothing to show for both sides, but both teams did have some good looks at net. New Canaan had many more than Trumbull. Hawkinson, the freshman, made some saves. New Canaan led just 1-0 in that quarterfinal, courtesy of a Courtney O'Connell goal with about a minute to go, but no goals in this one. Trumbull has held their own. No full intermission between the first and the second in girls hockey. So both coaches will just have a couple of minutes to talk things aside, but your overall reflections on this first period.
I think right now, if I'm Coach Buellen, I'm just building off of that and saying, listen, Trumbull showed up to play tonight, and we're outnumbering them. We have multiple lines, but that's not equating to anything right now. And we need to keep the gas pedal down on the floor and cycle multiple lines through and hopefully grind and wear them down, because right now Trumbull doesn't look like they have a very short bench. They're playing like they have a deep bench.
Yeah, I really don't think this first period from New Canaan was as good as Tuesday night. I don't think, you talked about their forecheck. It hasn't looked great. I mean, they're having, one shots, and then Trumbull's doing a good job of getting the puck out to the neutral zone and then getting their changes, of course. What I want them to really focus on is Trumbull's pinching down a lot with their D. And they've had a few chances along the wall where there's been a 2-on-1, or, Benson had one with about 2 minutes left, but there was no passing partner. So they just have to keep going, and if they can get the puck around their D on the wall and get odd man rushes, that's how you're going to score on Hawkinson.
New Canaan defeated Trumbull-St Joes 9-0 in the regular season meeting, but this looks like a totally different Eagles team through just one period. And we know when playoffs come around, the records go out the window, and everyone is 0-0. Of course, both these teams are 1-0 in playoffs, so got to expect to go one in the semifinals. Darien learned that one as well. They actually gave up the first goal in that 4-2 win against Greenwich. They had to fight from behind. And Coach Bueller knows that he can't take any team for granted here in the playoffs, even after a 9-0 thrashing of this Eagles co-op team in the regular season.
Yeah, and all praise to this Trumbull team, playing with 10 players, and their coach Paula Dady said earlier in an article about their last game, she said that in her full 11 years career coaching the team, this has been the best team, the most committed team, and you have to have that commitment and that teamsmanship as they're coming together, or else if anyone's going one-on-one, it's just not going to work out. So especially with 10 11 players on their roster, everyone has to play as one, and they're doing just that, and they're looking really good in this first period.
A very young team as well. And she talked about her netminder Hawkinson, who had 37 saves in that win. She said she's getting better every game. She's truly an amazing goalie, and I'm so lucky to have her. And she also said to the rest of the FCIAC a warning that when she's a senior, she could really turn into one of the best netminders in the FCIAC. Of course, Blythe Novick is a senior. Falterer is a senior on Fairfield, who played her last game. So this
Goldenberg is a senior as well.
The torch could be passing.
There you go. For a Trumbull-St Joes team, St. Joe's really predominantly known for football, as New Canaan has learned the hard way the last couple of years. But this co-op team is giving New Canaan fits right now.
One of the benefits of being up here in the booth with you, Austin and Dylan, is you get a holistic view of the game. And one of the concepts that I value from watching up here is you can see that Trumbull is showing excellent discipline in terms of spreading out and playing good territorial offense and defense, not jamming up.
Sometimes it might feel like a math problem instead of a hockey issue, just trying to get everyone on both sides of the ice.
And as the team switch sides here in the second, it's the period of the long change, so it's really going to test Trumbull, as their defensemen might get pinned in deep, and they're going to have to go all the way to the other side of the ice to change.
We've seen the curse of the second period so many times for these weaker teams against New Canaan and Darien. Here's a chance here in the slot, and a goal! It's Kaylee Harden who breaks the ice with just 29 seconds in the second period. New Canaan has that first goal. They lead 1-0.
Solid pass from her line mate, Grace Kroll.
She went top shelf on that one, right over the shoulder of Hawkinson.
Kaylee Harden with the goal, her 12th goal on the season. Her 20th point as well. Just 29 seconds in, New Canaan has that first goal, right as I was mentioning, the curse of the second period.
Reminiscent of Monday's game as well, where at the start of the third period, got a quick goal and gave the Rams some energy and momentum.
New Canaan's only blemish in that game on Monday was a power play goal that was scored by Fairfield just 10 seconds in, but so far New Canaan's looking good, especially in the second. Here's Caitlin Tully looking for a wraparound. Her shot is saved there from Hawkinson. Clyde was on the doorstep, but Hawkinson used that other pad to get it the other way. Another good pass to the slot. Clyde looking for a shot. Here's Caitlin Tully looking for a wraparound. Wasn't available. Lowe trying to throw one back in. And Hawkinson was just sitting down and let that puck come right to her. And she makes the save. 1:09 into the second. New Canaan with that first goal. They lead 1-0 as the 2 seed, the heavy favorite in this game. Third line out for New Canaan. Flato on the faceoff. She loses it, but here's Catherine Rayer with it, looking for Benson in front. Koo looking for the backhand. That went just wide. Here's Megan McCarthy with it. A good outlet pass on over to Silberger, the sophomore. Silberger trying to go in all by herself. Solid play there from New Canaan on the D. And that puck just came out of the zone. Trumbull will have to touch up, which allows Catherine Rayer. She'll just dump it in at the neutral zone and go for a change.
Speaking of freshmen, Catherine Rayer has a promising career as a Ram.
She's looking very good on this third line, especially with, a senior in Benson and then Flato on her other end. So, especially at the center, I mean, she's going two ways, and a freshman taking up that capability of that third line, it's incredible.
She's got just a goal and 3 assists, but her work output has certainly been earned a lot more than that. And Coach Building will be one of the first ones to tell you, is this third line for New Canaan has seen a lot of ice time this year. That puck goes all the way down. Novik taking no chances. She'll cover up with 2:15 gone in the second period. Kaylee Harden's goal, her third in the playoffs thus far in just over a game. Face off to Novik's left. One back to the point. They move it around in the high slot, and fanning on a shot there. Here's a potential breakaway for New Canaan. Here's Kaylee Harden looking for her second goal all by herself, moving in on the forehand. A great move and a great save there from Hawkinson. Keeping her goal tally at 1. Kaylee Harden goes down looking for a penalty, but she gets right back up on her backhand, looking for a chance in the slot. Plays it back. Here's Benson with it. Her shot was blocked. Trumbull looking to go the other way. And the goal is off the net, something we've seen a lot the last couple of nights here at Darien Ice House. It looked like Hawkinson barely touched it, but it does come off its bearings.
So going back to this goal as we see it on the replay here, Harden went to her forehand after a few moves to try to get Hawkinson, but Hawkinson stayed with her and held the post and got her with the pad. So really good moves by Harden, but Hawkinson made a better save.
Agreed.
And that was another example of the Trumbull D coming down, and Harden just took it off her stick.
Lexi Tully with a shot from the point. A blocker save there from Hawkinson. Lowe dumps it back down. Maddie Cloud with it, looking for someone in the point. Has Tully there, but didn't like what she saw. She plays it back to Jade Lowe. This puck swung all the way around, back to Lexi Tully. The freshman on defense. Lowe, that puck comes out to Maddie Cloud. A shot from the circle, gloved out of the air rather easily by Hawkinson. With 11:47 to go in this middle period, New Canaan with the 1-0 lead.
And to think, a team of 10 players, but from 2 high schools. So think about, they're not even going to school together. They only see each other in practice every day. Really great to see this leadership and this sportsmanship from this team just to come together as one.
Especially with the team chemistry they really couldn't build this year with the shortened season and all the COVID protocols in place. But in a couple of years, this team could be really good, especially when you have a rock-solid netminder, as the Eagles do, and Elsa Hawkinson. Here's Maisie Koo with it, trying to go all the way herself. Entered the zone onside, looking for a great pass across. She had Kelly Benson there, a fantastic pass from the freshman. Benson then lost an edge. And here's Kendall Conley with it. Conley looking, a cross-ice pass on over to Mary Stowe, the freshman, but it didn't reach her, and Trumbull will go for a change. 4 gone in this second period. McKenna Harden trying to lift the pass up to her sister, but it goes over her stick and goes all the way down for an icing. New Canaan has been in this FCIAC semifinal position before. Last year, of course, they beat Fairfield Co-op in the semis 5-0, and then, of course, lost to Darien 4-2 in that FCIAC Championship. Looking for a bit of revenge this year against the Blue Wave. But they can't look ahead to that game until the final whistle of this one. Only a 1-0 lead. And New Canaan would, of course, love a second. Entering onside here are the Eagles. A shot there. A solid blocker save by Blythe Novick. That was Tegan Cavalier, the sophomore forward. Kroll tapping her stick for the puck. She gets it here. That's O'Connell. Kroll trying to move in. Comes to Kaylee Harden. Her shot just went wide. It was available for her in the slot. looking for her second goal. Kaylee Harden's had many opportunities. She could have 3 at this point with that breakaway earlier in this period. Cavalier plays it back, and it comes out. Another potential opportunity here. It's Kaylee Harden once again going one-on-one, and a solid play there on the back check. That was Kendall Conley, the sophomore. Here's Lexi Tully with it. A confident freshman, been one of the more surprising players this year for NC, along with her older sister, Caitlin. Here is Lexi Tully trying to go all by herself. Will throw one in. Jade Lowe will chase after it. Leaves off to Maddie Clyde with it on her forehand, looking for a wraparound. Looking for someone in the slot. Has both Lowe and Tully there, her line mates on this all-junior line.
You want to talk about someone who's fast. Lexi Tully has some wheels.
She's a superior skater. Been so since she was a little girl. Just a step ahead of everybody.
Harden ices the puck there with 9:13 remaining in the second period. New Canaan with an early goal just 29 seconds into the second period, courtesy of the star junior Kaylee Harden. But ever since then, Hawkinson has made some key saves, and Blythe Novick has not really been tested on the other side. Silberger won the faceoff, but it came right to New Canaan. And they try and go down this left-hand side. Trying to move to the middle there was Caitlin Tully. With help there from Jade Lowe, they win the puck. She flips it up, it stays in. Battle along the boards, it's Cloud and Conley with it. 4 players now there. Ref trying to get them to keep playing. Puck beneath the skate. Still in that corner. One back to the point. Harden keeps it in. A great pass on over and a good stick check there by Hawkinson. Here's Tully with it. Her shot ringed off the crossbar. Solid shot there from New Canaan. Jade Lowe chased after it. Tried to find one back. Nearly found the stick of Caitlin Tully, but it went off a skate right in front of her. She couldn't find it, but she has it now at the circle. Caitlin Tully looking for a shot. Loose in the slot. Looking for a chance there was Maddie Cloud. She was just trying to poke it home. Hawkinson keeping strong. Another solid save from hers. New Canaan's really starting to win the battles in front of the net.
Yeah, with 8 minutes to go in the second period, if you're New Canaan, you want to hopefully pop in a couple goals here.
Well, look at this replay. Tully made a very nice move to come in front. It just over the shoulder, as Harden did on her goal. They're looking to shoot high. I think that's something that Coach Poulin talked about in that first intermission. They're looking to go over the shoulder of Hawkinson, as there's a lot of room up there.
Hawkinson did look confident in that first period, gloving many of the pucks out of the air, but seems like her inexperience may come back to bite this team. Here's Kelly Benson with it, trying to find Flato across on the other side. Kept in by Benson. Now here's Kelly Benson, the older sister, on her backhand. A solid save there. She put one on net by Hawkinson as Grace Flato was there looking for the rebound.
Good control. Yeah, so what I was saying is, if you're Canaan, you don't want to go into intermission with a 1-goal lead and let this team rest. And that could potentially give them more encouragement to continue to battle the Rams.
They scored a goal just 29 seconds in, and Coach Poulin would feel like it would be somewhat of a failure if they don't get another one here in the second period with a clearly tired team they have in the Eagles. One with just 10 players on the roster. Here's Kelly Benson with it. Benson moving in. Her forehand shot, tried to flick it on net. Looking for a rebound was Catherine Rayer on the other side, but Elsa Hawkinson, the freshman, really proving herself in this one. Raising some eyebrows, of course, of the three of us up here, and of course on the New Canaan bench as well. They know that she's going to be around for a while in this FCIAC league.
So, Austin, just to piggyback off your observations, it does appear that New Canaan is starting to win the individual battles. And that is very promising.
They've won a lot of the battles this year. Of course, just one loss in the season for New Canaan. Came in their second game of the year against Darien. Ever since then, have won 9 in a row, including that win in the quarterfinal on Monday night here at DIH. Here's Kaylee Harden with it. Has Cole available in the slide. Great pass over to Courtney O'Connell. She fanned on the shot. Hawkinson was looking to cover it up, but it squirts back out to Kaylee Harden. On her backhand in the high slot, looking to throw it on net. Was deflected to the corner, but she'll chase after it. Grace Kroll with it, looking for someone in front. She'll try and go with it herself. A save there from Hawkinson. Courtney O'Connell was trying to wrestle it out of the glove of the freshman, and she's looking up at her defenseman looking for some help, and she really can't do it on her own at this point, with 6:51 remaining in the second period.
This is a line that I really want to see get going for New Canaan. It's their second line, and Tully's had a few big goals, but Cloud and Lowe, they've had their chances. They just haven't been able to bury them the last few games. It'd be really good if they could break the ice and get hot.
Maddie Cloud, 3 goals, 4 assists, same with Jade Lowe, and of course, Caitlin Tully got off to that hot start. 8 goals, 3 assists for her. She's second on the team in that category, behind, of course, only Kaylee Harden, who leads for the second year in a row in points tally for New Canaan. A slap shot from the slot went high and wide from Lexi Tully, who's got a powerful shot of hers. Here's her older sister, Caitlin Tully, a battle along the boards, winning it up against Megan McCarthy. And here's Silberger with it. Gets to the red, plays one on over to the middle. That's Mary Stowe, the freshman. She'll chase after this puck. As Trumbull's starting to see the other side of the ice, as it feels like they've been pinned inside their own zone for the majority of the second period. Amanda Benson with it. Gets it on over to Jade Lowe. Lowe trying to clear it out, trying to win another battle. She does just that. She plays it back to Lexi Tully. Tully and Benson, the freshman and sophomore D pair for New Canaan. Another young New Canaan team that Coach Rich Beelen has put together, but once again to much success as they are the number 2 seed in this year's FCIAC tournament, despite being the team with the best record. But in this year with the shortened season, the first meeting between the teams was the one that counted, and of course that was the only game New Canaan dropped against Darien, which is why they are the 2, but if they reach the finals, that's the way it should have been in the end.
Yeah, that's predetermined by the coaches prior to the commencement of the season.
A shot there from Kendall Conley went wide with 5.5 remaining in the second. Here's Maisie Koo with it.
And also, you said how Trumbull was being pinned in their own zone, but Hawkinson's done a great job of covering the puck, which got her team, a lot of changes when they needed them.
Buchanan's been crashing the net looking for many rebounds. They did the same thing on Monday night. Finally, it started to get some goals late in that third period. Kelly Benson looking for an opportunity. And that puck goes all the way down. And it will reach the line for an icing with 5:02 remaining in the second period. New Canaan in a much better second compared to the first, but only 1 goal to show for it. And Coach Beelen knows that against this Trumbull team, doesn't matter how many skaters they have on the ice, they're going to give it their all and play till the very end. That attempted clear by Conley went off of the skate of Grace Crowell, went on net, and Hawkinson gloved that one, and they'll do it again.
It must be pretty frustrating for this Trumbull team that is very high scoring to play such a defensive team like New Canaan and not really have as many chances. It must be throwing them off their game.
Kaylee Harden looking for a chance in the circle. She goes bar down and scores. Kaylee Harden finally gets her second of the game. That's that second goal New Canaan's been looking for a while. And it's 2-0 Rams. What a shot there. Bar down, much like her first goal. And as we mentioned, New Canaan's been starting to shoot up high on Hawkinson. Replay here. Wow, bar down. What a great wrister. Started in the circle, moved closer to the slot, and a great release. It beats Hawkinson short side.
She didn't stand up just in time. It just went right over the shoulder in a perfect spot.
Perfect shot.
Perfect spot.
Sometimes stuff is indefensible.
Here's Courtney O'Connell looking for a third. A solid pad save there from Hawkinson. Kaylee Harden with it again. Now on a hat trick. Cavalier with it. Now here's Grace Kroll trying to win the battle. She does just that, trying to throw it on net. Kaylee Harden now on her backhand. A shot there. Hawkinson didn't see it at first, but she makes the solid pad save. As Harden laid a hit in the corner. One of the Trumbull players still down. Kroll with a shot. Another save there available in the slot. Harden with it, looking for a turnaround shot. And the whistle will blow as a precaution, as going down there was Devin Cavalier. As some of the fans are frustrated at the refs. Right as Devin Cavalier, the junior, got up, they blew the whistle. She was skating off, but she was in that corner after a tangle up with Kaylee Harden. some of the refs are not pleased, to say the least.
The fan refs, we should say.
Yeah. We were right on top of it and did not look like any type of violation to me. Hockey's a fast sport, and there's contact involved. Little housekeeping there by Jade Lowe.
Little maintenance by the junior. With 4:04 remaining in the second period. Of course, they don't clean the ice between the first and the second. A reason for that minor stoppage.
Tell you what, they wouldn't get away with that in the NHL.
They won't blow the whistle for anything in that league.
Well, that or having your opponent come in and
a chance in front. What a save there by Hawkinson. That was Caitlin Tully on the backhand. Looked like she had a golden opportunity at that third goal for New Canaan. Hawkinson still keeping her team in this one, but Trumbull needs to find some more opportunities on the other end. We saw that happen in that game against Fairfield. New Canaan went up 2-0, looked like it was smooth sailing, and then a power play came for Fairfield, and they scored.
Real nice pass there by Maisie Koo, another freshman defender.
Oh. Caitlin Tully almost got hit up high.
Here's Maisie Koo with it. Thought about clearing it all the way down. Sent one of the Trumbull players right into the boards. As another whistle out of a precaution. That was a hit and a half. You could hear that one from up here.
Yeah, this ice is getting a little bit choppy, and especially after, a game before us and, now another game where the ice wasn't cut between the first and the second. It's definitely a little bit hard to skate out here, and the Trumbull player went down, slipped right before the boards, and still down. Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah, the good thing is her body hit the boards and not her head. That's the biggest concern in that danger zone. So thankfully it looks like she's going to be okay.
Bit of a medical timeout here with 3:08 to go in the second period. A tough hit along the boards right in front of the bench as Maisie Koo was thinking about clearing it all the way down, then instead spun back to her backhand. And for a shorthanded team that this Eagle team has, the last thing you want to do is lose somebody and only make it harder on your team, especially down 2-0.
Nice to have these parents in their arena. It's been very quiet this year without the fans, and even if they making some biased comments toward their team, it's nice to have that sound.
Sure is. It's what makes athletics so special. Some of these parents who are in here tonight or Sunday night, that's going to be the last time they ever see their daughter play hockey.
Of course, only one parent per player out here. Many of the senior parents looking for an opportunity. Here's a chance for Catherine Rayer. Speaking of opportunities, she had a grade A opportunity in front, but whiffed on that pass. And coming the other way is Megan McCarthy.
Good back check by Catherine Rayer.
Helping out on defense. Of course, New Canaan knows that the one player they got to watch out for is McCarthy. Even though she is listed as a defenseman, she can make plays on the other side. Of course, had a hat trick in that quarterfinal. Kelly Benson had a shot that went wide. And here comes Trumbull. If they can hurry, it could be a 2-on-1.
Caitlin,
Look at that, Lexi Tully.
Not on my watch.
Oh,
freshman, another big play from her on another spectacular season. Here's another rush for New Canaan, 2-on-1. A great play there, back on defense. Kroll was looking for a pass across to Kelly Benson, went off the skate of Conley. But New Canaan with that forecheck, trying to keep the puck in the zone. Losing her stick was Chris Kratt. And her teammate will just knock that one all the way down for icing with 2 minutes to go in period number 2 with New Canaan leading by 2.
You can't make that up. That was good.
2-minute warning before we get the ice cut in the second intermission. Been all New Canaan here in the second period. I don't believe Trumbull has had more than 2-3 shots maybe on the far side with Novick.
Not in this period, and it won't be just 4 saves required for Novick tonight, but may not be many compared to some of the other games this year, and especially in that 9-0 game where it felt like she wasn't tested at all between these two teams. That was back on February 20th, nearly a month ago.
And that'll be weird because making 4 saves on Tuesday and not many tonight as the game goes on, and then facing a powerhouse like Darien on Saturday or Sunday, whenever the game may be, facing some high quality shots. It'll be an interesting transformation.
Won't be easy for someone who's just sitting on the other side watching their team try and convert as many opportunities as they can. And then Saturday night will be a big test against Darien. Here's Devin Cavalier with it. Plays it back into the zone. It comes out. Trumbull have to touch up, but they are offside. With 1:11 to go in the second.
Still haven't figured out the mask break cadence. I think it's when the refs remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's definitely gone down as season went on.
Yeah.
Many of the players have gotten accustomed to it. They usually said it was one after every 4 minutes, a stoppage in play. Here's a chance on the other end for New Canaan. Caitlin Tully moving in, and she scores! That puck squirted out to the offensive zone. Caitlin Tully was there, and they make it 3-0 with 1:02 to go.
The speed.
Speed kills, as they say. We've seen Caitlin Tully score some great solo goals. She does it right there on the other side. Great camera work by our NCTV crew tonight.
And Hawkinson was kind of cheating to the backside. She thought Tully was going to go to her backhand, but Tully surprised her short side and found some room.
She surprised me as well up here. It looked like she was angling her body to go on the other side, but threw in a bit of a wrench there and went short side. Doesn't matter. New Canaan leads 3-0, a comfortable lead now.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're Trumbull. Going in down by 2.
Here's another opportunity. Tully again looking for her second in as many moments, but Hawkinson, the freshman, with another big save.
Versus going down by 3, that could be extremely disheartening right there and could put this game out of reach for Trumbull.
A fourth goal in these last couple of seconds in the second would certainly put it out of hand.
And the two leading scorers on this team in terms of goals, both, one pot at 2, Harden going up to 13 on the season, and then Caitlin Tully-Ritter at 8. Now she has 9.
You're talking about that second line, Dylan, of Jade Lowe, Caitlin Tully, and Maddie Cloud, and it is Caitlin Tully who scored the most this year, but they've had some good shifts tonight.
So impressive to think that she's coming off, a torn ACL, coming back, having that type of speed, could definitely, be in her head that, her leg could go, the other way and start hurting again, but looks like she's 100%. She's skating very fast.
Of course, in the shortened season as well, with not a lot of preseason action, no scrimmages between any of the teams. Even more of a compliment to Caitlin Tully. That's the end of 2 periods here at Darien Ice House. New Canaan scored 1 in the first, have added 2 in the second. And they lead 3-0 after 2 periods here in the semifinals and are 2/3 of the way back to that FCIAC Championship. Austin Platt, Dylan Pescatore, Boyd Harden, and the rest of the NCTV crew. We will be back after the second intermission, a full one at that. New Canaan leading 3-0. Before we go to intermission, we would like to thank our sponsors. Thank you to the NC Rams Platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's, has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. Thank you to our gold sponsor, Club Sandwich. Club Sandwich is New Canaan's destination for fresh sandwiches since 1986. Then thank you to our silver sponsors, Performance PT, Educational Futures, the SIG Insurance Agencies, OSSM Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Renaissance Partners, and Rand Insurance. Finally, thank you to our black sponsors, Ready Rooster, Shilala, 84 Sports New Canaan,
the New Canaan Diner, NC Graphics, the Athletic Shoe Factory, Togs, Dr. Austin Feeney, the Lewis School of Driving, and Crudding and Company Custom Builders. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Let's go Rams. We'll see you back after the break.
And we are back for the third period between the New Canaan Rams and the Trumbull-St Joes co-op team, as both teams huddle up one last time here. We'll take a look here at the second and third goals for New Canaan. Kaylee Harding, what a wrist shot there over the shoulder, bar down goal. One of the best you'll see in girls hockey. Took it right to the circle, picked a spot. Lovely kiss off the crossbar. That was the second goal for New Canaan. Then the third one via Caitlin Tully on the breakaway. Caught up to the puck. Looked like she was going to open up, but instead she went short side, and that was a killer there for Trumbull. That's about with a minute to go in that second period.
Excellent move by Tully. A deceptive move with a finishing shot on her strong side.
New Canaan scores 3 goals in the second period. One of them early, just 29 seconds in. The other 2 later in that period, and they have a 3-0 lead. Comfortable at that, but we know 3-goal leads can evaporate quickly, and that full intermission certainly should help out this tired Trumbull team as they're shooting on this end now. Here's Kaylee Harding with it. Has 2 goals already. A shot there from the point blocked. The duo of McKenna Harding and Maisie Koo, the D pair, helping out there.
Yeah, if you're New Canaan right now, you got to be playing like it's a 0-0 score.
A 2-on-1 the other way New Canaan could have had, but Grace Kroll decides to dump it in as New Canaan changes all 5. Trumbull chips it in past the red into the New Canaan zone. The Rams come right back out. Caitlin Tully scored that 3rd goal. And of course, Kaylee Harding has the other 2. Harding scored 2 goals on Monday, has added another 2 tonight, as she has 4 now in the playoffs. Showing up in the biggest of moments, as you expect from your first line.
And Boyd, what do you think about, Coach Buellen putting your daughter with the freshman Maisie Koo with the line tonight? I mean, the entire season, a freshman and a senior, it's kind of tough to gel sometimes, but they seem like they've done a great job this season.
They sure have, and that's been a tradition that Coach Buellen has followed for years. I mean, 3 years ago, my daughter McKenna was in that same position, got paired up with Jess Eccleston. We're going to have a penalty here on Jade, probably an interference or a hook. But yeah, I like it. I mean, the 3 of the 4 starting defensive players are underclassmen. And once, when McKenna graduates, they're going to step up and be leaders. And they've really shown tremendous composure as freshmen and sophomores in keeping the goals against very low. 2
freshmen and a sophomore on, of course, as well as McKenna Harding on defense for New Canaan this season. They're shorthanded now, a huge opportunity for Trumbull. They probably need to score here if they want to mount a comeback and win this game. Here's Devin Watson, the freshman. We'll swing it around the boards, back out to Mary Stowe. Benson strips her of the puck and will skate all the way down with it.
And as we were talking about goals against, I mean, the number that New Canaan has of goals that have been scored against them has just been nuts. It's only 8.
Through 11 games now, that is. Well below the 1-goal average. And really half of those goals have been scored that were given up were against Darien. And outside of Darien, New Canaan has dominated, including Greenwich, the 4 seed, and really many thought they would be the next best team, but they shut them out twice. New Canaan did 2-0 each. And there's a save there from Hawkinson as Harding was trying to go up high in the slot on the backhand, but a solid save there from the freshman. She's had to make many tonight. I believe that's the 40th shot for New Canaan thus far, and Hawkinson has made 37 saves.
She also made 37 in her first game on Tuesday, so now it's just bonus time.
Adding to her resume, which as a freshman is very impressive. Of course, she helped earn Trumbull's first ever FCIAC playoff win on Monday when they beat Stanford West Hill Staples at home. A big win for this team moving forward.
Good D passing there.
A high hit there on Kaylee Harding, but she gets right back up. Trumbull is really struggling to complete these basic passes as they're They've been looking for some stretch passes over the course of the evening. Haven't been too successful as this New Canaan forecheck on both ends of the ice has been very successful. There's a shot from the point. Blocked there by Kaylee Harden. That puck does come out of the zone. The Eagles will have to touch up.
She does it all, folks. Score goals, block shots. All facets of the game.
You name it, she does it. And here's Courtney O'Connell, another key contributor on this first line. She'll go to the bench for a change, and Cloud will come out to complete this trio. Here's Caitlin Tully on her backhand, looking for a chance in front. She went down. Fans looking for a call. They won't get it. It's a couple of these players slipping after the ice was just cleaned in between periods. Winner gets Darien Saturday night in the championship. If New Canaan does hold on, it will be a rematch of last year, where, of course, Darien won 4-2. They were the 2 seed last year, Darien was, and this year New Canaan's looking to win it all as that 2 seed. Back there was Mary Stowe looking for a breakaway, but on the other end, here it's Kelly Benson, third line out for New Canaan. Benson, the senior. Cloud tried to throw it on net. A solid save there. The rebound, Jade Lowe had an opportunity at it. And a save there from Hawkinson as she covers up. Pardon me, that was actually the second line for New Canaan. That was Tully, Caitlin Tully.
Yeah, Austin, that was Amanda Benson going into that slot, and that's just one of the great two-way players on this team. And she even stayed in that slot looking for a rebound on that last try. So she just has so much trust in a freshman defenseman in Tully to cover for her if the puck bounces the wrong way.
Shot from the slot there. Another opportunity came for Catherine Rayer, but that one went wide. 5 minutes gone in this third period. Tully there looking for a shot. That one, another one went wide. There's Trumbull looking for their stretch passes. But New Canaan has sniffed that out all night. Here's Amanda Benson trying to advance it to Grace Flato. Kelly Benson will help get out of the zone. And here she goes, 2-on-2. On her forehand, trying to throw it on net. And a chance there in the slot as a New Canaan player is down. Trying to get up in the slots. New Canaan possesses it along the wall. Maisie Koo couldn't keep it in. It comes back to the red line where McKenna Harden will cross the line and then float it right back in. No icing, 9:20 to go. New Canaan changing. Trumbull trying to catch New Canaan. A good pass there. Looking for Tegan Cavalier.
And that's been New Canaan's strategy all day, get it out along the wall and start a rush.
Trumbull resets here as Cavalier had to touch up. Going the other way here is Kroll. She knocks one of the sticks down of one of the Trumbull players, but no call. And actually, right as I say that.
Yeah, that was a reactionary call by the official there.
Definitely some arguing from both sides on the ice. A very late call at that, I would say.
Yeah, influenced by the Trumbull bench. That's just disappointing.
And you're going to happen with that. You know, a team down 3-0, playoffs, late in the third period. It's going to happen, and I'll tell you this, Coach Buellin is not happy about it.
Grace Kroll trying to get an explanation from the referee, but that won't do her any favors. She'll be in the box for 2 minutes. Second power play coming up for Trumbull in this game. They're 0 for 1. Needing to score here, just 8:45 remaining in this game. Haven't even gotten double-digit shots in this game. A shot from the point. Solid block there from McKenna Harden. She'll send it all the way down.
That stung.
Kaylee Harden will chase after this one. Trying to apply some pressure. There's a good stretch pass. Couldn't quite find the stick at first, and Maisie Koo has it now. Koo taking a hit. That was Madeline Silberger, the sophomore. Now Trumbull trying to set it up. There's a shot there from the point. Went high. A tough bounce off of the wall. Nearly was an unfortunate ricochet for New Canaan, but luckily Blythe Novick saw that coming. And once again, NC will send it 200 feet.
The only person New Canaan might be happy with that, penalty call is Blythe Novick. She gets more, attention and gets to keep her mind in the game as Trumbull's getting some chances here in the third.
Trumbull looking for a rush. The other way, they enter the zone onside. Here's Cavalier with it. Circling, waiting. Trying to go into the point. She does that. Dumping in there was Kendall Conley. And here's McKenna Harding with it. She clears it, and a good keep in there by the Eagles, but right there's Maisie Koo. She tries to blast one off the boards. Finally, New Canaan does clear it out with 30 seconds remaining in this Trumbull power play as they'll send one up and out. 7:15 remaining in this one.
Close to a too many men on the ice call if that hit the Trumbull player trying to change.
Yeah, ultimately, though, if it hits them and it's not deliberate, it's not too many men on the ice. They have to actually make an attempt to play the puck.
Kelly Benson trying to win the face-off, unsuccessful. Trumbull looking for an opportunity the other way. A shot there was deflected by the stick, I should say, of Lexi Tully, but a blocker save there, and that puck did come out of the zone. Referee was right on the spot, and he immediately blows the whistle for offsides with 8 remaining in the man advantage and 6:58 remaining in regulation.
New Canaan penalty kill's been up to the task today.
Yeah, I was just thinking that New Canaan hasn't been the recipient of a penalty yet, right? For Trumbull, correct?
New Canaan has not had a power play yet.
They haven't been a man up yet.
I think Trumbull has had, this is their 3rd power play of the game.
Yeah.
And they are now 0 for 3 as New Canaan kills that one off. Looks like time is running out for this Trumbull team. A great story this season. Earned the 3 seed in this FCIAC tournament after an 8-3-1 campaign. And last year this team was 4-16 and didn't win a single game in the FCIACs. And now here they are trying to prove themselves as the best of the rest, as they say, behind New Canaan and Darien. Kaylee Harden will let Amanda Benson play this puck behind Novik's net. 6 to go in the game. Swings it over to Courtney O'Connell, uses her skate to gain control and get some help from Lexi Tully. Trumbull does well to keep it in. Trying to pin New Canaan inside of their own zone. Good help there from Courtney O'Connell. And allows Grace Kroll for a rush on her own. 1-on-2, she takes a shot. Took a deflection along the way, never reached the net of Hawkinson as New Canaan was changing behind the play. Trumbull hasn't gotten too many shots on the net of Blythe Novick tonight. They try and throw it in front. McKenna Harden was there. Leads her younger sister, but it was a little too far.
Should be an ice.
It is. Kendall Conley sends that one all the way down for an icing with 5:14 remaining in this one. Much more comfortable game for New Canaan compared to Monday night, where they only led by a goal entering the 3rd period, and then the floodgates opened. Here's a chance for goal number 4. A backhand opportunity by Kelly Benson. Went just to the right of Hawkinson's net. An outlet pass reached nobody. Went between the legs of Cavalier, and that will go down for another icing with exactly 5 minutes remaining in this game. Looks like it will be the Rams and the Wave, the top 2 seeds in the final on Saturday night. Time is still to be determined, but of course we will let you know as soon as we know. So follow us on Twitter at NCTV78 for the latest.
It'll be a great one, as it always is, between 2 rivals here in Connecticut.
3 meetings this year, all 1-goal affairs. Darien won the first one in their first game of the year, 2-1, and then New Canaan responded with 2 wins in 3 days. A 4-3 win in overtime with Caitlin Tully had 2 big overtime goals, and then they won that game 1-0 with Kelly Benson having the only goal and Blythe Novick pitching yet another shutout, and she's 4.5 minutes away from doing that again tonight. Trying to throw it on front is Trumbull. Maisie Koo gets that puck out of the zone. It's been a very steady game for New Canaan. Really not too much to complain about for Coach Buellen. Here's Caitlin Tully trying to extend the lead. Tully moving in on her forehand. She missed the net wide. Tully looking for her 2nd goal, trying to go on the wraparound with her backhand. loose in the slot. No whistle there, as finally Trumbull cleared all the way down. And it will go for an icing. With 3:53 remaining in this game, New Canaan very, very close to making it a 4-0 game.
Yeah, Tully went back to the short side on her forehand once again, just a little bit too short side, I should say, and hit the boards and the glass. So Hawkinson doesn't get credit for a save, but she keeps it at 3. So we see that speed from Tully. She is just flying on that outside when she gets going.
A great forward on that second line. They're trying to throw it in front again, is New Canaan.
Must be genetics with how fast both of them are.
Another chance in front. And another save there from Hawkinson. 3:40 remaining. New Canaan can see the finish line now. Lexi Tully looking for a shot from the point. She released one. May have been deflected along the way, but Hawkinson with another save, and it feels like every save at this point, every second that she plays is just more experience. And being a freshman playing against New Canaan in the FCIAC semifinals is something she will not forget, even though the result won't go her way. Of course, experience so important in this FCIAC, and with many of the players on this team that was a part of that team that won FCIACs and states, we're going to get a delayed penalty here. It's going to go against Trumbull. So New Canaan will have this first power play as soon as the Eagles touch up. Still 5-on-5. Novick does not go to the bench. Here's a slapper from Caitlin Tully. And that went wide. And finally, the Eagles will touch up, and we will see the first New Canaan man advantage of this one with 3:03 remaining in period 3 with New Canaan up 3.
Got a cross check.
All right, so first New Canaan power play. What are we looking here? What do we really
I want to see them cycle and use the points to spread out the defense, and then look for a good solid shot in the slot.
Devin Cavalier, the junior, gets called for cross-checking. A minor penalty is that puck went all the way up and out. 2:55 remaining. And if you're Coach Buellen, really, you could check another box off of this game with a power play goal and really cement your confidence. Of course, Darien won by 2 in their semifinal against Greenwich, the 1 and the 4 seed. And in this 2-3 game, it looks like there will be chalk throughout this FCIAC tournament for girls hockey. No upsets. And maybe New Canaan will upset Darien by seed in the championship, which we just got word from our advisor, Damian Andrew, that game will be at 5 o'clock on Saturday night in the championship. 4 o'clock, my apologies. A great afternoon game we should expect between these two high-octane teams. Of course, that game will be on both of our YouTube channels, DAF Media and NCTV. Here's Courtney O'Connell with a 3-on-2 rush for New Canaan. Puck comes out to Kaylee Harden. She's moving in, looking for her hat trick. A shot, and she scores! There's the hat trick for Kaylee Harden. That box is checked. It's a power play goal for New Canaan. They lead 4-0.
Terrific pass. Up high again. Yep.
Nasty.
The junior with a hat trick. She's got 3 of the 4 goals for New Canaan. That's her 5th goal of these playoffs. She's got another assist to her name as well. 6 points in 2 games for the junior. And this first line has really taken it up a notch tonight. Courtney O'Connell with the assist, the senior captain. New Canaan converts on their lone power play of this one. And they will go into Saturday night's game with plenty of confidence. After beating 2 quality teams, really, in Fairfield Co-op and Trumbull-St Joes, even though the seeds and the records weren't as good as New Canaan's. They played some tough games, and New Canaan certainly earned their wins and had to work hard for it. That one's going to be an icing call on the Rams with 102 seconds remaining.
Speaking of 100, I was just thinking these two goalies that New Canaan has passed or played against the past two games, they've collectively had over 100 saves.
Way over.
Which is remarkable.
Falter made 70, and we'll get the final stats after this game, but looks like puck goes out of play.
Hawkinson entered this one with 37, 38?
Yes.
Into the third period.
Yeah, 38 shots it was, so she made 35 saves. And she's made several more in this third period. 90 seconds remaining in this one. Trumbull looking for a goal. Blythe Novick looking for that shutout in the playoffs, something that she's done in the past 2 years in the FCIAC semis. Both of those games were against Fairfield Co-op, and they won 4-0 and 5-0 in the last 2 years. And it looks like in this one it will be 4-0 as well. Of course, usually it's only 4 teams that make the FCIAC playoffs, but with this year where there are no state playoffs, they let all 8 teams play for it. Here's Caitlin Tully, a great move for her, looking for her second goal. Hawkinson with a solid save there.
Yeah,
another great move from Caitlin Tully.
Seeing how great this team is, it really does suck that we're not getting a state tournament this year.
A rush potentially for Trumbull, a solid block there by Maisie Koo. Under a minute to go in this one. A shot there, a deflection may have gone.
It's a good save. Novick had to. Are we going to have a cross check here? What do we got?
We're going to have a penalty.
Another cross check by Amanda Benson.
The sophomore will head to the penalty box. And Trumbull will have a couple more opportunities to get a sighted goal and potentially put one in the back of the net. And get a consolation here. Final 40 ticks of this one.
She's going to have to work for this shutout. I think you might have jinxed it, Austin, bringing up those two before.
We'll see. We've seen the announcer jinx before with us in the booth. Here's Kaylee Harden now with 3 goals, a shorthanded opportunity, looking for number 4. Here's number 4, moving in her forehand, and a save.
A breakaway from almost the blue line.
Yeah.
The close blue line.
Here's a replay. Harden moving in, went on her forehand and right into the glove of Hawkinson.
These views that we're getting are just spectacular. Just a shout out to DAF and their crew for these tremendous views.
Final 22 seconds of this one. New Canaan still shorthanded. Kaylee Harden still looking for another goal. Feels like 3 goals she isn't satisfied with that. Final seconds of this one. New Canaan and Darien, we were looking for. Beginning of the year, we thought these 2 teams would meet in the final. One final opportunity. Goes off of the skate. Blythe Novick with a shutout. New Canaan with a comfortable 4-0 win. It will be the Rams and the Wave, the top 2 teams in the FCIAC final on Saturday afternoon at 4 at Darien Ice House. A solid effort from the Trumbull-St Joes co-op team, but just not enough for this Rams powerhouse.
All right, so I have a question for Mr. Arn here. How many goals is Kaylee's max in a game?
How many goals? What?
How many goals has she ever scored? Her record for one in a game?
I believe it was 4 last year against Fairfield.
4 against Fairfield. Almost got 4 tonight.
Yeah.
Could have had 5 or 6, had 2 breakaways,
Right.
but Hawkinson denied as much as she could.
And let's give celebration to this Trumbull Eagles team.
Yeah,
They've been very good, and Austin shut out the seniors.
Yeah,
a really impressive performance by them tonight.
Very impressive. Just 11 or so skaters on this team. They have 2 seniors, Megan McCarthy on defense, who had a hat trick in their quarterfinal, then Marcella Silberger, the older sister, and of course Chris Kratt as well. 3 seniors on this team. A Trumbull team that's a rebuilding program, but 4-16 to 8-3-1 and a 3 seed in FCIAC. That's nothing to shy away from, and this team has a bright future.
Most definitely, and they battled hard tonight. Despite having fewer players, they were able to keep up with New Canaan for vast majority of the game, and they certainly are well positioned for a solid future going forward.
And we're going to watch the replays here at all the goals here, Austin.
That was the second for Kaylee Harden, the bar down shot that gave New Canaan a 3-0 lead.
Some great shots here, as you said. Our crew, Emily Fox on producer and Ian Nicholas on main camera tonight. Caitlin Tully's goal here, the third one for New Canaan.
Another breakaway for her. She's close to double digits now in scoring on the season. Beat Hawkinson short side. And look at the fourth and final goal for the hat trick. Kaylee Harden on the power play all by herself. And you knew what was going to happen. It was going to be a goal.
All right, so let's wrap this one up with some predictions for Saturday. Austin, I'm going to put you on the spot to go first.
New Canaan won 2 of the 3 regular season meetings, and I think they get it done here. I think they were the better team, and they really only had one bad period this entire season. That was the first period against Darien where they went down 2-0. It's going to be close. I will say 4-2 New Canaan. That was the same score that Darien beat New Canaan last year, so I think the Rams return the favor, and Rich Buellin will hoist the FCIAC trophy along with this team.
Well, I'm slightly biased for a variety of reasons. However, I do think it's going to be another vintage battle between New Canaan and Darien in hopes that New Canaan prevails. But I do believe it'll be a 1-goal game again.
Yeah, in those big games, it seems like we're not getting any, shut down 1-0 games. Seems like we're always getting, a 4-2, 4-3. A 4-3 is going to be my score. I'm going to say, I'm actually going to, go on the other side. I think Darien might be able to pull it out. They have just so much talent, and, really with how much talent's on either side, it can go either way. So we'll see that on Saturday, 4 o'clock. EAF and NCTV. Austin, wrap us up and give thanks to our wonderful crew today.
One final thank you, of course, to our producer, Emily Fox, first time on hockey. Ian Nicholas on our main cam, Alex Kurz on Hero Cam, and of course a very big shout out to Damian Andrew, DAF Media, doing both of these games. And of course Damian staying for the second semifinal with all of his setup and helping us out a bunch tonight. For Dylan Pescatore, Boyd Harden, I am Austin Platt signing off. We will see you Saturday night, the Rams in the way for the FCIAC Championship. Take care, everybody.